Hello and good day, and today we are delving back into the realm of DML, but this time to check out the upcoming Dragon of the Month for next month. So we do already know that this dragon is of course going to be the Moon Dragon, because we can see him in the Codex collection, but the elements required to breed him have now been revealed, which means that now we can work out what some of the best breeding combinations are going to be to get him. And so obviously the sooner you prepare, the better your chances are going to be. So the DML Facebook page did bring out a short video which shows us that to breed it we need to use the plant, wind, fire and earth dragon elemental combination, which means usually a dragon with 3 elements and one with a single element tends to work out best. But let's just watch it quickly so that you can take a quick look at this new dragon. Very cool looking egg, definitely. There is little baby the moon. There is its adult form telling us the elements that we need. And there he is sitting with the next dragon, the sun. So they look cute. And of course, if we get both of them, we can unlock Arcana. But, you know, that's all in the Codex already. But we also need the other dragon from the Fates of Autumn collection for that as well. But I don't think there's too much else in this video. Just that is the moon. So all it really does is give us the elements that we need for this, which is fine because that's all I really cared about. But one of the best combinations for this, what I do is I normally play around with the various elements on DML Planner, and one really good combination that's going to be coming up is looking like the tribal plus plant combination, which is quite lucky because tribal, or any dragon that has the same elements as tribal, is going to be quite easy to get a hold of for most players, because, you know, we've got a lot of dragons that share the same elements like harpies, elements, prairies, so you can use any of those, breed it with plant, and there's only going to be, if you've already got avocado, 4 possible outcomes. The only thing is the other possible outcomes have quite high breeding times compared to some of the other breeding combos, but only having 4 outcomes is a really good positive, so a lot of people will probably end up using this combination. Another really good combo, even though this looks like a lot of possible outcomes, we've got palm plus fire, but the thing is, you'll notice that the breeding times for these dragons, apart from orange, are super duper short. So the highest one aside from orange is 1 hour and 12 minutes, which means that even though there's quite a few possible outcomes, you'll be able to come back to the game and breed really frequently. So you can use this combo, although palm is slightly more difficult to get a hold of. And then there's also 2 other combos using the set of elements. Orange plus wind could be an option, except there's more or less the same amount of possible outcomes and the breeding times are a lot higher than the previous one. And then we also have Bloom plus Earth, which seems to me like the worst option out of all of them. But if you somehow don't have any of the others, which I don't really know how you wouldn't have a prairie unless you've never connected your social media in-game. But there's also this combo here, and this is what the possible outcomes are looking like. I probably will upload a separate video on how to breed the Moon Dragon just when everything's in-game, so that we can go through it in, you know, the actual game itself. But essentially these are going to be the main combos that you can go with. Of course though, when we're trying to breed a Dragon of the Month, if you don't have res somehow, so you are brand new and you really want to go for the Dragon of the Month breeding, you can also use 2 element dragons with 2 elements. So, you know, for this one you'd have 2 dragons that have, one of them has fire and earth, the other one has plant and wind, for example. But the 3 element dragons with a single element tend to give us fewer possible outcomes, which is the reason that we do this. But, you know, anything that you need to do to get your hands on new Dragon of the Month, although do be aware that the best time to breed the Dragon of the Month is probably going to be after the actual Divine event is over, because for example, right now, when we've got Divine Party Rooftop going on, I'm on level 6 for example, and you really do not want to be clogging up your breeding den during a castle event. And even though this event will be over, we will have the other castle event happening in week 4 of the Divine event, which means that you don't want to be breeding for the legendary during that week. So do be mindful of that and make sure that you know, you don't breed at the wrong times and screw yourself over, basically, because that would be a big no-no. But that is the new Dragon of the Month stuff. You know, just like with the Hierophant, I'll probably expect to breed it within the first week if we have, you know, normal luck with our breeding, especially when you use a combination that has so few possible outcomes. Usually they tend to appear quite quickly, but, you know, we'll see what happens when he comes up. But all I can do is wish you the best. Make sure you got any of those dragons available. Again, Elephant, Harpy, Prairie, Tribal, it's probably going to be the easiest one to get your hands on, especially if you're a newer player. So, hopefully you can at least get those prepped in time for... We should be able to breed it next week, for example, in the first week it's out. But anyway, I guess we will continue on with Divine Party Rooftop for now, since it just hit reset time. And of course, like I said, I'm on level 6 right now, which means that we are heading towards collecting every single chest in the event. So, technically speaking, when you get to level 6, rather than going straight for the Hermes Dragon, it's actually a better idea now to go back to the previous levels and finish off any of the chests that you haven't opened. That is, for anyone that is going for Mr. Cyclops, which I am. So, I could continue on level 6, I was just going to go for a cheeky first chest and see that if we could get the key. Of course not. So, instead of me continuing, actually I've opened 2 chests, but instead of us continuing on with level 6, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go back to level 3 and level 5, and I'm going to finish off these chests first. The reason that we do this is because in the off chance that you somehow don't manage to make it through this event fully, and you say, either miss out on the key or you miss out on some pieces of Cyclops, instead of missing out on more pieces of Cyclops, make sure that you are missing the least amount of pieces for Cyclops you possibly can, because then if pieces for him come out in, say, Sail Whale, which could happen, or in various other bundles that they might bring out, and some of them are just gem only, so technically, even if you don't spend money, you could have a chance of getting him again. So just in case they bring out a bundle like that, that's why it's suggested to skip going for Hermes straight away and go back and get as many pieces for Cyclops. Because say you finish the event and you're 4 pieces away for Cyclops when you could have been 1 piece away. If a bundle comes out and you can only afford 1 piece, you're going to feel pretty bad, right? You're going to feel pretty bad about it. So that is the reason why I'm going to go back, get all these pieces, and if you're going for Cyclops, you should probably do the same thing as well, just to be safe, but do be aware that that does bring the risk of potentially missing out on Hermes, but if you're someone like me that already has 2 Hermes dragons, I don't care. So it's about playing these events based on what you need to do in them and what you know, already have. If you've already got a dragon, you don't really need it a second time, right? So prioritize actually going for a new dragon and new things. Also on this level, this is where breeding gets really spicy and really annoying, because obviously every single breed that we do is going to be way longer than each reset, which means you are going to miss out on points probably, but oh well. I'm going to use my extra breeding dem relic, and I'm just going to throw in, just to get the points, I'm just going to throw in, do I still have my light dragon? I don't, do I? I'm just going to throw in a shadow dragon and just something with a long breeding time. Let's go. Let's go and get Mr. Fungus. At least that'll give us 500 points for now, and then that'll give us a few extra to go and open up that chest. And the other quest that people will struggle with at this point is going to be the winning battles, and that's understandable. Do remember that when you're doing winning battles, the arena fights do help, which is not going to be helpful for many people because they can't actually win any arena fights. Oh god, they've buffed. Oh no, this is the most terrifying thing that can ever happen. We're fine though. But yes, arena fights do count towards your battles, which means that you can use less portal energy if you do that, but a good thing to remember is that this is the reason why I stack up portal gems, and this is the reason why a lot of people stack up portal gems. If you're progressing through the campaign map, chances are you probably don't have a lot of portal energy stacked, But if you are someone that doesn't need to keep progressing in the campaign, or say you knew that the event was coming up so you decided to stack gems instead of wasting them, this is when you use them. Because natural regen, you're not going to get enough energy to be able to clear out 650 points. So this is why people stack up those portal gems so that they can finish off these doing battles quests. And you know, if you're a player that's brand new to these events, it's not your fault really if you didn't know that it was a good idea to stack those up. But it makes sense, right? Stack up your portal energy so that then you can finish off all the points for these resets and make sure that you get as many points as you can in level 6. And I do just want to reiterate that remember that when you're on level 6 and the higher levels, you do get more points per reset, and that is the reason why we suggest that you get to the higher levels as quickly as possible. Because, you know, on the first level, what were we getting per quest? Was it 200 points per quest? And now we get 650 points per quest, which means that if you tried to open up every single chest on every level instead of moving up sooner, then you're just not going to get as many points, right? Like some people, I did see that instead of them trying to progress to the highest level they could, they're still sitting on level 5 right now, or level 4, if they, say, missed a couple of resets. And if you're still sitting on level 4 right now, you're probably not going to finish the event. You're probably not going to finish. That's how much of a difference it makes, really. It does. So that's why we bring out those castle event maps to show you what the cheapest paths are, so that you can get to the higher levels and you can start earning more points for every reset. But I get to the point like this where the only fights that are left are either mine battles, or sometimes I'll clear out all the mines. And in that case, I'll just redo the highest level boss fight that I can, that only takes 1 energy, which, you know, in this case would of course be Nidhogg / Malice Striker. So this is what you do. If you've got portal energy and you just need to clear out the battles quests, and you've cleared all your blue map fights, you've cleared all your mines, this is what you do. You just go and redo Malice Striker over and over and over again until you've got all the points for that quest. It's not very interesting, but you know, if you want the points and you want the best chances that you can of finishing off the castle event, this is what you do. And this is what I do on every level if I don't have enough natural regen energy, especially if you haven't upgraded your portal very much. You'll notice that this in particular is the reason, along with campaign progress, this is the main reason why I suggest for people to upgrade their portal. Because even though the main use is the campaign, you really do notice the difference when it comes to these events, where you get lots and lots of natural energy that you can stack up. You know, you go to sleep, you come back, it's all full. But you don't get that. Or you don't get anywhere near as much energy if you don't upgrade your portal. It's really important that new players upgrade their portal for both of those reasons. And still, some of them will go and spend their gems on the fruit tree instead, which depresses me greatly. Because what's gonna get you more in terms of the game? More energy so that you can progress on the map and finish events? Or a tree that'll give you some food that won't even give you enough to level up to level 100 after a year? Yeah, it's gonna be the portal, isn't it? So, you know, it doesn't matter how many times I say it, people still aren't gonna listen. And there we go, we've got 1 battle left until we finish this off. Whatever, I'll use an instant win ticket. I'm also lucky having VIP at such a high level because I do get instant win tickets, but you don't actually need them. But anyway, we can come back and finish off that last chest now. There we go. 18 out of 21 pieces. Now we'll come to level 5. And we can't finish off this chest, but we're close. And then at this point, it is just going to be a matter of fully finishing off level 6. And then Divine Party Rooftop Chapter 1 event will be done skis. So I can't wait to be over with this. I'm really curious to see if the Chapter 2 castle event is going to be any more difficult. But that is the reason why you don't want to screw yourself over with breedings, Dragon of the Month breedings. Like, if you still need to breed the Hierophant right now, it's gonna suck, because it's only 5 days left. To be fair, the event itself only lasts for 3 days, so that means you'd have 2 days of being able to breed the Hierophant, right? which is not very much, and you may end up not getting anything of value. Ooh, gemmers! I have to say, since the new update, my gem finding luck from the ruins has been really bad. So I'm glad that I got some extra gemmies there. It's like for a time I felt like I was getting gems out of every single 6 chests that I found in the ruins, and then it just stopped. It just stopped. I was like, is this a personal attack game? Are you seriously just like removing gems from my possession? I'm not a fan of that. But regardless, I hope that you have everything prepped for the upcoming Dragon of the Month now, after seeing some of those possible breeding combinations. Of course, you can use whatever combos you want, but using the best ones, of course, is going to give you the best chances of getting what you need. So get yourself prepped, get those combos ready, and best of luck with your Divine Event progress.